Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Angela and this is My Precious Yarnery. So today I am doing a tutorial on this beautiful blanket that I named Niese's Love. Now this blanket is after Free Handly Maid's crochet. She is putting together a little blanket drive for the Watson's Children's Shelter. Now you see me looking over here just so I get everything right. I made 3 different blankets, 3 different ways, the same stitch, same border. So I'm going to go through each one and talk about them a little bit. All the info is down below in the description box. The stitch count, approximately how much yarn I used, what yarn I used, all that wonderful stuff. So the first one, this was done by Puzzle Yarn. The solid and then this color too. I don't have them right with me, right what color I use. It's all in the description box and what size they are. I will also link Niese's channel below. So you can go over there and check out her video, subscribe to her if you'd like, and check out her, what she has going for this drive she's doing. So this blanket I did in little squares. I'm calling this right now the girls blanket. So when you go underneath, you'll see the girls blanket, the boys blanket, and the baby's blanket. They're all done by the same stitch, just different ways. So that's this one. I love just love it. I love puzzle. And that is a 5-weight yarn. So a bulky 5-weight. So you can use any yarn you want. You don't have to use what yarns I used. This one is a Caron Cake Cinnamon Swirl. I have that one right here. This is the baby's blanket. Now, as you can see, one side is completely flat, even the border, and the other side has texture to it. Even the border has a little bit of texture to it. And that's the baby's blanket. And then this one is the boy's blanket. This one was made out of Red Hart Bitsy Stripe, and the Red Heart's Super Saver white. And that's one, oh, it's this way. And that's this one. Now, I do the tutorial in the girls' blanket, but like I said, I'll give you the stitch count so you can do whatever you want, how many you want, and I'll tell you how many squares I made out of the boys' and the girls' blanket and all that great stuff. Okay, guys, I really hope you enjoy the tutorial and go check out Niese. Bye, everyone. Okay, so for this tutorial, you're going to need a darning needle, you're going to need a crochet hook, and you're going to need scissors. For this blanket, I am doing the girl blanket, the tutorial in the girl blanket. So we're going to start with the slip knot. Now for the 3 blankets, it's the same stitch count. It's any even number. Now for the boys, you're going to do, I'm calling it the boys, but you know. It's chain 36 and 28 rows for each square. And for the baby blanket, for the whole blanket, it's chain 90 and 74 rows. And both of those I used a 6mm hook. For this one, I'm going to use an 8mm hook. So for the girl blanket, you need to chain 16. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5. So keep going till you got 16 and I'll be right back. Okay, so this is my chain of 16. Let's just see if we can move the camera back. Now, I always turn my work and work in the back loops. And that would be in these back loops right here. Okay, so I'm going to work in the back loops, and these are the back loops. So you can also work in the V's if you're more comfortable in doing that. So in the second chain from the hook, you're going to put a single crochet. And then you're going to skip one, and in the next chain you're going to put a single crochet and a double crochet, all in the same chain. And then you're going to skip one and go to the next one, and you're going to put a single crochet and a double crochet, and you're going to work that all the way down, and I'll meet you at the end. Okay, I'm at the end. I have 2 chains left. I'm going to skip one, and then in the last chain I'm just going to put a single crochet. I'm going to chain one, turn, and that's it for that row. So from now on it's a 1 row repeat, and it's the same all the way through. Now for this one we're going to do 11 rows, including this first one we did, 11 rows for this square. So in the first stitch right here, your chain 1 did not count as a stitch. You're going to put a single crochet, and then you're going to skip one, and in this stitch you're going to put a single crochet and a double crochet, all in that same stitch. So when you're looking at your work, you can see this is your double crochet and this is your single. You're always working in your single, and you can always see it. There's kind of like a hole there right where it's meant to go, right in there. And you're going to put a single crochet and a double crochet, and you're going to work your way all the way down. And single, then the double, and the single, and then the double, and this is the same thing you're going to do the whole time throughout your whole project. And then a single and the double. And now it looks like you have one chain left. In that chain you just put a single crochet. Always end with a single crochet and always start with a single crochet. So an end with a single crochet, chain 1, turn, and then a single crochet in that first stitch. And that's how it's looking. So again, the next row, you got to skip the one and go right into there. Your single crochet and go single and then a double. Skip one, single, and then double in the next stitch. So do that for 11 rows, or whatever pattern you're going to be working on, whether it be the boy's blanket, the baby's blanket, or the girl's blanket. And I'll meet you back here. Okay, so I got my 11 rows done for this square. So I'm going to chain one, cut my yarn, pull through, and that's it for this square. Now to trim it, I pick the white to trim it. Now what do? Usually I'll do a whole bunch of squares, and then I will sew in my ends. But I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to show you how to do my trim first. So I connect my yarn. Now I'm going to do a standing. Now I turned my work, so this is where I ended. And I'm going to be doing a standing, one sec. Okay, so I'm going to do a standing half double crochet. Now how you do that is you Get your yarn on. Wrap your yarn before I put it in my first stitch here. Insert my hook. Now I hold it here so it doesn't, so I don't lose it. And I pull through. I got 3 loops on my hook. And then I pull through all 3 for a half double crochet. Now I'm just going to half double crochet in every stitch along this row. Just half double crochets all the way down. Very simple. This is a very easy pattern to do, whether it doesn't matter what way you're going to do it. The stitch is easy. All these stitches. Okay, so I made it all the way to the end. Now my last stitch, I have to put 3 half double crochets in there. So it'll be my corner, and I can, 1 stitch, all in the same stitch, 2 and 3. So I go all the way around. Now this is the side. Now this is where people sometimes have trouble figuring out where they want to put their stitch. Now for this way, there's 2 places where I want to put it. I want to put a half double crochet right in there, but I want to get 2 strands. There's 3 there. I want to get 2 strands of yarn and put it right through there. And then I'm going to go right into the hole there. And then again, 2 strands right in there, and then I'll go right into the hole in there. So the first one, put it through, and then go into the hole. And then into the 2 strands, and then go into the hole. And that way it'll be even, nice and even for you. And you do that all the way down till you hit your next corner. Now we're at the end. I'm going to put one in that hole, and then the next stitch will be my new corner. Make sure I get 2 strands in there and put 3 half double crochets in the same stitch. Now this is the bottom. Now if you did your if you turned your work, you will see exactly where to put your stitches. There's one there, there's another one there, there's another one in there. Right over there's holes, that's where you're going to put a half double crochet. And you do that all the way along. And then that way there's no guessing. It's even. Now if you want to do it another way, you go right ahead. It's your work. And you go all the way down. Till you hit your corner, your new corner. Well, it's going to be your same corner, but you're going to make a corner. Now for right here, I'm going to put my corner in that last stitch right there. So 3 half double crochets. And you kind of can go around your yarn there a bit. And then you're at the side again, and it's the same as the last side. So in here, it'll be going into the 2 strands. And then you have a hole, then you go into your 2 strands, and then you got your hole. And do that all the way up, and I'll meet you when you get to here. Okay, so I made my way all the way up, and this is where I put my first stitch. Now I need to put 2 half double crochets in the same hole to make my corner. And then I need to attach it. So you pull your yarn, your tail, and right in there, you'll see right where to put your slip stitch, right in there. And just put a slip stitch, chain 1, and cut your yarn. Pull through, tug down, and that is how you do your squares. Now to put them together, I have 3 other squares here. To put them together, we're going to make sure they're all facing the same way. So we want the 2 good sides facing out, the wrong sides facing in. And you'll know that from the way your edges go. That's the wrong side and the wrong side. And you're facing them in. We're going to take my white again, and all we're going to do is slip stitch all the way down. So attach your yarn. Now you have your 3 corners there, and you're going to be working through the back loop of this square and the back loop of the other square, but it's going to be the loop closest to you. So go into your second loop, like the middle one, in the middle of this one. You've got both squares together, pull through and slip stitch. And then do the same all the way down. Just 1 loop of each square. And you do that all the way down. Now this square, this blanket will be a 6 by 6. So once I get all my rows, do 6 squares on this side, and it'll all work out. Unless you want to do a different size, that's all up to you. And then you work your way right to the end. Now, sometimes you don't have, your numbers, your stitches don't add up, which is okay. You figure it out. Sometimes this side may need, so I'll show you. So say this had to go like this, and that wasn't there. So you just keep going. Don't miss a beat. It's fine. And then this one will have an extra one, so you put it in there and put it through the same stitch again. You won't be able to tell once it's done. Yeah, we're not perfect around here. We're just winging it. Okay, and always end at your second and your middle square, and then grab your next 2 and do those. And do them all the way up until how many squares you want. Now I'll do 6 on each side. So then, once I got those all together, let me put a couple more together and I'll be right back. Okay, so I made it. I got this other one put up all the way to the end. Now I am going to put it to the next, another stitch right at the end to the first, the last corner stitch, just to make it look, so it's not such a big deep. And then I'm going to, then I'd cut my end and then I'd sew my ends later. And then when I do my other side, so see, it's kind of like you get a little ridge. It's so cute. I know you can't really tell that right now with the white. So then when you do your other side, you do the same. But on this side, you won't have to pick up any squares. That'll be done. So once you get all your, and make sure when you're doing, you're putting your squares together, make sure it's all facing the same side and your ridge is all on the same, this ridge here, your seam is all on the same side. And there's not some on the other side. Okay, I will meet you back here when it's time to do the border. You don't have to sew your ends, and there's not going to be that many, but you can if you want to. I try not to make it so there's too many ends for me all at once, because that just discourages me. Okay, I'll see you back here in a bit. Okay, so I have it all sewn, all the squares sewn, and this is the right side. Now I'm going to flip it over for the border and start on the flat side. The only difference is all 3 blankets borders are the exact same. Now, we're starting with the square borders for the boys and the girl blanket. There will be a white border around the squares. Now, for the baby blanket, there is not a white border. So, but it's the same. So once you start the border, I did 6 rows on the borders. They're the same. You start with white, then I go to the color, and then I go to a white again. And I'll show you how I do it. So the first row, I'm going to do a half double crochet, I'm going to do a standing half double crochet. So I wrap my yarn and I hold it. Because if I don't hold it, it's just going to, you see, wrap it and hold it. And then I'm going to go into any place, and I'm going to I might do a half double crochet. There we go. Nope. There we go. And then I wrap my yarn and I pull through all 3. And I'm going to do half double crochets all the way around. Now when I hit the middle, because there's 3 here, when I hit the middle, I'm going to do 3 half double crochets in that one spot in the middle stitch. And then I'm going to keep going with the half double crochets all the way around. And I will meet you back here when I get back here. Now remember, it's just half double crochets in every stitch except for the corner. You put 3 half double crochets, and I'll meet you back here. Okay, so I'm just going to show you in the square. There's a little dip at where you sewed it together. There's 2 things you can do. Let's get to that point. You could put a double crochet in those 2 spots, or you can just do a half double crochet. I'm just going to do a half double crochet and make sure, because it'll be fine in the end. So, but you make sure you get into 2 loops in there. See, there's just 1 showing, but if you tilt it a little bit, there is 2, and there is 2. I'll just put it right in there. It'll work out. I never put 1 in the middle. It's just, it gets too much. And then you just keep going. It will work out. It'll be fine once all of it's together. Okay, I'll meet you back when we're ready to attach our yarn. Okay, so we made it all the way around. I have 1 more stitch to do. And then we're going to join it. So where we're going to join it, I'm going to pull my strand here, and we're going to go right into here. And you're going to do a slip stitch. You're going to chain 1 and turn your work. And then we're going to do back post half double crochets. So you wrap your yarn and you go through the back. Of your stitch. So wrap your yarn, go through the back. So you do that all the way along, and I'll meet you at the corner to show you what to do at the corner. Okay, so I'm at the corner and there's 3 stitches there. Oh, got one more. Yep. So I'm at the corner. There's 3 stitches there. I am not going to worry about doing 3 in the middle. I'm just going to go all the way around. I'm going to do back post half double crochets in each one of those stitches and then carry on. So it'll be rounded. It won't be a point. It'll just be rounded. And I just make my way all the way around and just keep going. So back post half double crochets all the way around. And I'll meet you at the end. Okay, so I made it all the way around and I'm going to slip stitch in that first half double crochet. I'm going to chain 1 and then I'm going to cut my yarn and pull it through. And now I'm going to turn my work and as you can see, this side is completely flat and this side has a little ridge on it. So I'm going to connect with my next color with my color yarn that I used on the blanket. And I'm going to half double crochet a standing half double crochet. Now, if you don't want to do a standing half double crochet, that's fine. You do what you want, whatever you're comfortable with. And this one is a half double crochet all the way around. But the middle stitch to your corner will get 3 half double crochets. This row is, now I'm doing 2 of the same rows that I did with the white. So half double crochet all the way around, and in the center stitch I do 3 half double crochets, same as the first row of the border. And then in the next one I'll come back and show you again how I did the next row. I'll go do this all the way around and I'll meet you back here. Okay, so we're about to connect. So it's a slip stitch right into there. Chain 1 and turn your work. And we're going to do a half double crochet back post half double crochet. And you're going to do this all the way around. So just when you go through, when you do a back post half double crochet, you go into the back of your work and then bring it out and then into your back. And you do that all the way along. And I will meet you back at the corner to show you how to do the quarter again. Okay, I'm going to show you how to do the corner again. Just got to get there. So in their last row, you did 3 half double crochets in the same stitch. Now you're going to go through each one. You're not going to try to make it do 3 half double crochets in the middle stitch. You're just going to back post half double crochets in each one of them. And that's it. Now I will be doing, and I'm not going to show you because it's the same as the last 2. I'm going to be doing another 2 rows of white, and that would be it for this tutorial, for this blanket. Now you can see the back is flat, and then the right side has a couple little grooves in it, and it will have another one when I do another 2 rows of white. So that's it for this tutorial. I hope you enjoy it. Have a great day, and if you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. Thank you very much. Bye everyone.